So, dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. So, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Once I get connected with the other network, we're ready to start the session for today. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take a few minutes for ourselves to understand how this meditation practice can help for our inner development. So, when it comes to practice meditation, there are certain hindrances within us. So hindrance mean that having mental difficulty for yourself get into a tranquility state. That is what we call the hindrance. So the hindrance doesn't come out of this outside. It's the inner behavior, inner nature. It's our own character we build up by the time. So now we have a great challenge ourselves when we get into tranquility state. So as you know, normally there are 5 hindrances that are very famous. Everybody knows about it. Kamachanda, Vyapada, Tinamidda, Uddhacha Kukkucha, Vichikicha, or sensually desires, greediness, and ill will, restlessness, sloth and torpor, and the doubt. So when it comes to practice this deeper meditation, there are some other things also. We have to know not only these 5 hindrances. There are some deeper mental behavior, attitude in day-to-day life we develop some kind of other hindrance. And that mental attitude, once you come to meditation practice, start to come against you. So mainly somewhere it explained as kind of like 11 kind of like hindrance, mental behavior, mental attitude can bring a difficulty for yourself to attain to tranquility state. So understanding that will help you in day-to-day life to maintain your mind. Practice yourself with your day-to-day activities. So remember this, especially this hindrance doesn't mean it's relate with only meditation. This hindrance mean your day-to-day behavior. So it's not going to change only by meditation. You can slowly reduce the power of hindrance by your day-to-day life. How you behave, how you maintain your bodily, verbally, mentally actions. How you do your work from morning to night, how you maintain your life. So that itself will change the deeper these difficulties regarding our tranquility state. So let's go to that 11 steps and then remember this and try to apply it to your day-to-day activities. And then it is very important while you practice meditation to apply it, but at the same time in day-to-day life. So the very first one is the doubt. So the here doubt about the Buddha and the here doubt about his existence, and sometimes people argue. There are a lot of people argue, oh, there was no Buddha. There was no such a person like that. And it's kind of like, people have doubt about many things. It's not just only about the Buddha. Just imagine that we see the sun and we see the moon and we see that it's a, kind of like a circle. But still there are a lot of people believe, there's a society believe this earth kind of like a flat. Still they believe this earth is like flat. And you can't argue with them. And another thing is that about that the people, as you know, that one time people went to the moon. But there are a lot of people, they don't believe that. And even it is, fact, and even it is scientifically and historically, that happened during, that the very recent history, but still there are some people argue about it and they don't believe. And another thing I want to mention, like 9/11, that terror attack. And there are a lot of conspiracy behind it. And there are people, even though that a lot of people died, and the CIA, that intelligence agencies go behind this, all the terrorists and try to find out evidence. But still there are some people believe it's nothing to do with terrorists. They believe it's kind of like they say, inside job, So these kind of things is still looking in day-to-day life. We always listen to that things. Even in the day-to-day life, sometimes there are a lot of people, they don't believe about their, mother or the father sometimes. They question, they argue about it. And so like that, people have this doubt. Some people have this doubt as an attitude, their mental attitude. They're so into that, they nourish the doubt and they like to be in that doubt. They don't want to get out of, they don't want to get the clarity. So this is something that is why sometimes people don't believe there was a Buddha. And some people, they don't believe, not about only the Buddha, some people don't believe about other religious leaders even. And some people completely, don't believe about religions. Some people don't believe about this spiritual transformation. So they have some kind of doubt. So just imagine, forget about the Buddha, forget about the spiritual path. When you have a doubt, can you walk towards that? No. So then in day-to-day life, when it's a doubt is a very mental behavior. It's not coming from outside. It's our inner mental behavior, but it's more related to your attitude. So when there is a little doubt in you, don't keep nourishing it, and try to find the solution for that, and be clear with yourself. And how you can be clear with that? Look into that. Look into the evidence. Look into that, what other people talk about it. Look into the history. So that way, you can understand some things. And so that is one thing. And when you have that mental attitude to being open and understanding, rather than holding or nourishing the doubt inside you, you're ready to open and understand and accept. And so that way, it brings some kind of ability for yourself to understand and get out of this doubt. So about the Buddha, and when you look at the Dharma very clearly, what the Buddha says, so Dhammam pasati so mambas, whoever become very clear with the Dhamma will understand regarding the Buddha and who is the Buddha. It's not just about the person only. So here, when you deeply go into Dharma, you recognize it recognizes someone by mind, because you need the very clear mind to understand this. And when you go that way, you will understand what the Buddha taught. So without practicing, without getting to that, just by listening, you can't judge or you can't get into that. So that's why Buddha always say, come and see, come and see. Ehipasiko, come and see, then you will see. So if you don't put effort to see what the Dharma, so how you can argue about the Buddha? So that's the thing. As we all know that our mind or our knowledge or what we know is not complete. It is very limited. We all depend on the information we collected. So then out of that information, how we can argue about something we don't know? So that's the thing. So then start to learn. So then about the meditation also. Just don't try to do the way you want. No, just start to look into it and see what it is. What is this meditation? And try to read something about it. Go to different journal articles, see there are a lot of some kind of lectures and things about even the Vipassana meditation, even the tranquility meditation. So just get into a little bit. And then you will understand more and more and more information. And a lot of people say, oh, I do my own meditation. So when you do your own meditation, you become same you. There's no transformation happen. So that's why in a certain level, you need to look into the very behavior and the nature of the Buddha's teaching. So that doesn't mean without that you can't. No, you can, but it takes a long time. That's the thing. So why you spend unnecessary time, and especially as you know, this human life very limited for us. We're not going to live here forever, and anytime we can die. So then when the teachings there, when the map is there already, why you don't use it? There are a lot of people still, as example, it's very simple now. use GPS, like you can use the phone, you can use even most of the vehicles, it has inbuilt GPS. So otherwise you can buy GPS. So like that, it is very easy. But still there are some people, they don't use it. They try to, look at the map and then memorize the road, memorize the address, and they drive. And then go here and there, round and round and round, looking here and there, and it takes time to, maybe they will get the place, but it takes time. So, but how about you put it to, you put the address to navigation, and it will take you there, And in the beginning, I used to, use the vehicle GPS. And then later, one of my friend always used the cell phone GPS. And I was not, used to do that. But later, I understood when I put the address, it's hardly come, okay? It takes it a very fastest way. So, like that in life, when the teaching is for that, to save your life, save your time. Why? Because anytime we can disappear from this world, anytime everything can change, everything can go up and down, So don't take it granted. So be careful about the life. When you have the opportunity, as soon as possible, get exactly the very close, very, very nearest exit and get it, done. So that's how. And that's why when there is the doubt, it makes you delay to get into practice. You will go here and there and waste your time. So then don't waste your opportunity. That doesn't mean you should not have the doubt. No, it is okay to have a doubt, but at the same time, look, start to find solution and get out of it, find the clarity. So, and the second one, inattention. And sometimes you practice meditation and you sit and you know what to do, but your attention is not there. So it is just not only in meditation, in day-to-day life, you always have that as a mental quality. You don't care about things. And there are some people, they cook, they serve the food to the plate, take it to the table, forget to eat. See, that's life. Some people go to market, spend so much money, buy things and put it to the refrigerator and forget to eat. Once it expires, they throw it away. So that inattention. And some people, when they take medicine sometimes, they forget to take it. And sometimes even, drinking water, they forget to drink water. It's a very simple thing. It's a foundation of life, but still they forget to do that. So that inattention, your mind always somewhere, floating. It's kind of like you're not here, you're not there. It's the kind of like, what it calls, it's kind of like a la-la land. You're not here, you're not there. And even you don't know where. So like that, inattention is a very hindrance. So then once you sit for meditation, bring the attention, keep it again and again and again. And then in day-to-day life, whatever you do, bring the attention to that action and do it. And then by the time for your meditation, it becomes a skill. So that's why in day-to-day life, put the attention. When you go to the shower, keep the attention. Don't try to go somewhere. When you do something, bring your attention to there. So that way, you develop that skill in you. And the third one, the dullness and the drowsiness It's a, it's the oldest sleepiness, very, very lethargic, very slow. So remember yourself, we have very limited time. And then yourself, put some effort in day-to-day things for your activities, whatever you do, and put some energy on your actions and do it in the right way. Do your best. And then you will see there are a lot of that skills in you. Maybe you never saw that. So most of us, we die with our own skills inside us. We never make anything, happen out of our hands. So that's why don't carry that, drowsiness. Don't carry that sleepiness with you. So in the meditation also, sometimes it becomes hindrance. When people start to practice meditation, they fall into sleep. It is not only the hindrance only with the meditation in day-to-day life, and sometimes that watching TV is falling to sleep, eating, while they eating and they falling to sleep, they become very kind of like lethargic. No, put some effort on your day-to-day activities. And the fourth one, the terror. So when you practice meditation deeply, when you go into the tranquility state sometimes, and yourself, you have the fear, you terrify. This is a mental nature. And it is just not only happen in meditation, in day-to-day life. Sometimes yourself, when you are alone at home, you feel that terror. So then you always maybe, put the TV a little bit louder, or maybe yourself, you start to sing, or yourself, you start to talk, and you become kind of like so busy with the activities because of the terror that inside. No, look with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, be more sharp. And then it will disappear. Bring the attention to yourself. And sometimes Buddha mentioned that when he go for pindapata, for food, sometimes through the jungle he used to walk, and suddenly, thieves jump in front of him, or maybe sometimes wild animal cross the road, and then he got terrified. So that is the very nature of mind. When sometimes suddenly you practice meditation like this, then suddenly that you hear something drop, then you like this, that's the very nature of life. So it cannot happen only meditation. Even sometimes when deeply you get into silence, relax, comfort, suddenly you feel, shake. So it happened. So it happened not only meditation, in day-to-day life, it's a natural, it is there, you didn't see. Why? Because your perception, you are not with the perception, and you have kind of like that unattentive, unclarity with that. So that is this terror going to be there, and it's going to become a hindrance to yourself. And the next one is that it called elation. Elation means when you into tranquility state, it's kind of like that many options for you. And then you feel kind of like so happy And then when you have too many options and you get lost there and you can't find the way. So it's like there was a simile for that. Just imagine there is a hidden treasure somewhere. And you have only one road to go into that. And then you go into that, you know it is there. But imagine that there is a hidden treasure and there are 5 different ways to get into that. And then you know that all the 5 ways that it's go there, but sometimes in your mind, you start to have a elation. Oh, get into this or that or like that. It's come with the pleasure, too much pleasure, or with the too many options. So that also become a hindrance. As example, in case if you practice meditation, then by the time what happens, suddenly your mind becomes so calm and the body becomes so relaxed. And then you get into the deeper sensation, and then suddenly you get so excited about it. And then what happened? That excitement will take you away from the right path, and maybe you keep going here and there with the many. But it is not the excitement. You get lost with many options. So that is elation. And the other one is called the inertia. So the inertia means that it's you get too excited. It can happen, the previous one, many options, but this one, that you can be so excited. As example, when the tranquility state comes, suddenly you get so excited. And maybe when you start to feel the sensation, you get so excited. As a result of that, you disconnect from that. And maybe some days, your meditation start to work so properly, and then you get so excited, and then it disappears. So it is not happen just only meditation. What you need to know in day-to-day life, as the mental attitude, you develop that excitement, and you like to be so excited. And you get excited when you see things, when you hear things, and there is a mental attitude in you. You keep maintaining it. Now it come as a hindrance when you practice meditation. So then don't get excited about life. Why? Because whatever happens, even though it is a good things for the moment, it all change. So when that excitement comes, little bit withdraw from that. And then that way you can maintain it. So don't get too excited. And other thing is, don't try to make other people also too excited. And as you know, sometimes they get heart attack. It's not, people get heart attack, not only bad things, when they get too excited, people make mistakes. So in this inertia means that when you get too excited, it becomes a hindrance. You can't go beyond that. That the 7th one, excessive effort. That means that too much effort. And when you have the too much effort toward the meditation, it becomes a hindrance to you. Then you can't get into the deeper level. So there is a simile for that. If you hold the bird, just imagine you hold a bird. If you hold the bird too tight, the bird can die. So same like sometimes about, oh, this life is so suffering. Somehow I want to get out of this. I want to attain to Nibbana as soon as possible. And then you put too much effort. And maybe you get tired about other things, you get mad about other people, and then you think, oh, I want to attain to enlightenment and get out of this hole, and then you put too much effort. So when you put too much effort, it becomes a hindrance to you. Another thing is the less effort. The eighth one, insufficient effort. So just imagine, if you don't hold the bird properly, it will fly away. So same like sometimes you sit for meditation, but you don't have the right effort towards the maybe you have the effort towards something else. So in day-to-day life, the same. Some people so busy and they work so hard, but not productive. They don't get the result out of it. Because that the effort, they can't bring it to the right thing, and their effort somewhere else. And so then remember, you have to bring the effort, and it should not be too much and it not be too little. And another one is, the ninth one is longing. So the longing is there are some, it's kind of like a interpretation for the longing. It's kind of like a too greedy. When you read a book, when you listen to something, and when you practice meditation, you so greedy, you so into it. And it is just not only with the meditation. It happens in day-to-day life with mostly the very reason it mentioned, the self-centered, the mind, the self-centered idea, and bring this longing attitude. And so then while you're eating, while you're sleeping, while you're doing things, your day-to-day activities, don't so into it. And if you have to rest, just rest a little bit. And if you, maybe you try to fix something and it doesn't work, then a little bit rest, little bit, stay away from that. Don't keep longing with it. So like that, when it comes to meditation, you want to practice meditation, but you don't feel that, right way. Sometimes your mind or your maybe body or the environment, maybe it not, properly work. So then you little bit, get out of it and you walk a little bit. Maybe you can do the walking meditation, maybe drink a little bit water or bring a little bit warm water or have a cup of tea, take a little rest, then you come back and sit. Like as example, when you go to retreat, sometimes, you practice meditation for 1 hour, no rest, no continuation, maybe 2 hours, and sometimes 3 hour non-stop meditation. So you can do 3 hours. So that's how. Maybe you sit, maybe half an hour you sit and you work properly, and then later you feel, unbalanced, tiredness. But still, if you try to keep going, then it's a struggle. It's a kind of like a wrestling game just by yourself. It becomes a hindrance. Maybe you stay 3 hours, but only half an hour you practice, another 2.5 hour wrestling game. So you get so tired. Mentally, you feel so tired, and then maybe you give up meditation forever. So that's right. See how it becomes a hindrance. So then just imagine, you want to practice maybe 1 hour. You want to try one day, and you have free time at home. You want to say, can I do 1 hour? So then you sit, maybe 15 minutes you feel good. And then you start to recognize now things become so tired, unbalanced. So then you get out of the posture and start to do walking meditation. And then again come back and sit. And maybe you no need to walk, do the walking meditation. You stand and go somewhere, and you maybe look at a tree, or maybe listening to a sound. So whatever in the moment, that you tune to that perception and be with that. So that way, and then 5 minutes, come back and sit and go. So then maybe again next, within another 10 minutes it happened. So like that, by the time you slowly reduce the power of that hindrance, and then will go away from that. And the 10th one is in your mind, that you jump one thing to one thing to one. It's kind of like you don't have a proper way that handle the kind of like a one way to keep your mind. You know, it's like you come to that breathing meditation, and then you start to do another meditation, 5 minutes, another meditation. So like that. So why it happened that way? It is not about meditation. Why it happened that in day-to-day life, maybe you read books, you read one page, and then you see another book, and you think, oh, that book is good for me, and you drop this and you go there. And maybe you're listening to YouTube videos, and you're listening and keep watching, and then there is another video, and then you think, oh, better than this, that one is good, you go to that. You're watching a movie, and then you start, that watch the movie, and by the time then maybe you think, oh, I have to watch another movie. So like that you jump. Even you go to market and you think, oh, I want to buy this. And then you take it and put it to your cart, and then you come back, and then you think, oh, no need this one, I buy that one. So like that is diversity, that the mind is always go to many things. So that way, when you sit for meditation, you can't be with the meditation also. Then you stay with one meditation object, and then you go to another object. No. So that build up a kind of like a self-discipline to be on the one technique. And in day-to-day life, then when you do something, bring the effort yourself to finish something and be with something, and with the little things. So that is the 10th. And then the 11th one, that sometimes that we don't get into primary mental object. There are a lot of people, and they think, oh, how you practice meditation? No, I don't think any, I just go blank. So that way. So in that way, you can't get into the tranquility state, or maybe it become hindrance, and it become hindrance for the wisdom. Why? Because you can't see the cause and effect, causation. You can't get into the bottom level of nature. And always you go for the blank state, that you once you get addicted to that, you get lost there. So those are this kind of hindrance in day-to-day life that we develop. And then when we practice meditation, what happens? It become a hindrance for our deeper meditation, and it not allow us to get into tranquility state. So then remember, in day-to-day life, so if you look very carefully now, sitting is important, but at the same time, from morning to night, whatever your activities you do, that is the part of your meditation. That is where you brush up your technique, your mental attitude, your behavior, the way you think about, the way you handle your point of view regarding the situation will change the ability of your practice. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. And whenever you have opportunity, remember, and in day-to-day life, to bring this all informations to your life and try to use it. Okay, so keep your back straight and neck straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say, So Patveva, oh, may I be well and happy 3 times. And take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens, through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha me sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhamma Dhamma Patipattiya Buddham Pujemi Dhammam Pujemi Sangham Pujemi Addaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadhi Maranam Ha Paribunjissami Idhamme Punya Kammang Asavattaya Vahang Hotu Sabba Dukkha Panuncatu. Bless.